Hey everyone, Steph and Sarah here. We have been talking about rewriting the script this week, and it's all about the narratives and the dialogue that we have running through our heads all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of negative self-talk out there, and we know that it's not serving you, and we know how important it is to your health.
And the reason why we know this is because we see hundreds of patients a week dealing with this very same issue. It's one of the main reasons we included this roadblock in our Surviving to Thriving course, because there's really no escaping it and has a profound impact on people's wellness, their sense of well-being, even their physical health.
Yeah, that's right.
So I wanted to talk about this woman who I've been working with, and she is the perfect example of somebody who is outwardly very successful and just an amazing spirit, an amazing human. But she
looks like she has it all together.
She looks like she has it all together, and seemingly does. But she says, I constantly tell myself I'm not smart enough. I'm not credentialed enough. I'm not a leader. I'm too quiet. And I'm going to let people down.
So is a lot of this come back to her career? What's her job?
So she is a manager. She's just been promoted to director. And so now she has all these reports that are, being held accountable by her. And she is like freaking out with just anxiety has gone through the roof. She's having feelings of depression. She's lost her appetite. She's not sleeping. And
so it's affecting her physical health quite a bit.
100% having a major impact on her physical well-being.
Yeah, and so you've identified that the way she's talking to herself and the things that she's telling to herself and her self-limiting beliefs are having a big impact on her health.
And she identified it. I mean, we started talking about what's the anxiety about, what's the loss of appetite about, and she is afraid of failing, and she feels like an imposter in her own role. And what we've been able to sort of break it down to is she has some really strong limiting beliefs about who she is. She feels like people in the past have told her she's too quiet, that she is never going to be a true leader because leaders are loud and like dramatic and powerful, and she feels like she doesn't fit into that role. And so there's this narrative that's constantly running in her mind. And she said, I hear it from the second I wake up in the morning and I look at myself in the mirror. She's literally looking at herself in the mirror saying, you're not smart enough. You're not good enough. You're not a strong enough leader. I mean, it's heartbreaking to look at somebody who is so incredible
and capable and got there for a reason.
And not just in her job, but like in her life. She's a mom, she's a partner, she's an entrepreneur doing amazing things with her husband and his business. And I'm like, wow, how do you not see what I see?
Right.
But it happens so often is people don't see what other people see because of their limiting beliefs.
And things that she's been told in the past. And so that phrase, you've heard us say it before, whatever is historical is hysterical. So now it's so much bigger in her mind. It's so big in her mind because it's history. History has just plotted the way for her, and it is impacting her sleep, her stress, her anxiety, her appetite. It's so sad, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's getting headaches every single day before she is getting on Zoom for work because of this anxiety and this stress. So the point of all of this is we started to kind of pull apart the narratives.
Yeah.
And what is it specifically that you're hearing in your head? And even just by listing it out and acknowledging and sort of shining a flashlight on these statements that are coming up for her, I'm not smart enough is a big one.
Okay.
I'm not credentialed enough. I don't have enough experience. She does.
Right. I was going to say,
she does.
Not smart enough is not true. Not credentialed enough is not true.
I mean, all of these
are
things
not true.
That are coming up for her, I'm too quiet. Okay, well, not true. It's just she has a different leadership style, right? So we've been able to break these all apart, shine a light on them, she's had them written down. And even just that act of being like, okay, well, actually, I'm looking at this now on paper, and I'm seeing this isn't who I am.
Yeah.
And we've been able to use some other tools to create sort of counter statements to those limiting beliefs. But just looking at them on paper alone has changed the game for her. She's gotten her appetite back. Her headaches have gone away. Her anxiety has reduced by 80%. She's starting to sleep through the night again. And she's starting to get accolades from her colleagues and her managers about, you're really showing up well at work. You seem like you're getting in the flow of things. You seem like you're having fun, and there's more joy in her, and she's lighter. Just looking at her, she's lighter. And so it's just a great example of every single person is dealing with something different, but we all have this narrative in our head. And even just by bringing awareness to it and learning what those statements are, there's power in that.
Yeah. So identifying her self-limiting beliefs was such a powerful tool to help her regain her physical health and perform in her job the way that she wanted to and be the person that she wanted to, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So we are going to help you in the next couple films really have some create intentions and flip the script, which is what you helped her do, right? And we're going to show you how to do that, and we're going to give some examples of how to flip the script to rewrite it, because what we're doing here is creating awareness around the negative messaging and the things that you're saying, but the next step is flipping the script.
Yeah, like what do you do with that information, right? But you have to know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And when it's happening.
Yep. So the first step is awareness. That's what we want you to take away right now.
And we go in depth about all of this stuff in our signature course, Surviving to Thriving. Module 4 is fully devoted to this idea of identifying limiting beliefs and then rewriting the script around it. Because one of the biggest roadblocks to creating change in life is this narrative that we all have in our head. So if you want to learn more about it, link in bio.